Hello there, it's me Daniel here again, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some lore facts about my AU of Thomas and his friends. This video is heavily inspired by Fire Porter. Leave your opinion in the comments if you want a second part. Let's get started. The railway's E4 tank, Thomas Becket, is actually one of the E4X rebuilds. In the May 12, 1941, while shunting at Kirk Ronan Yard, the engine couldn't stop in time. It ran down a hill, through the brick wall, and straight into the house that belongs to the station master of the Kirk Ronan. Thomas Becket suffered a severe damage, so much so that it has to be taken back to the Brighton works. The engine returns to the Northwestern 1 month later, in his original E4 condition with a small boiler. Despite the fact that the Magic Railroad doesn't exist in my AU, Lady does. However, she is not a Great Western Railway 101 class, she's an Adams radial tank. She's been bought from the scrapyard in 1966 by a man called Bernard Stone. Bernard tried to restore Lady into operational condition, but to no avail. So he sold her to the Northwestern Railway, and now Lady Tasha of Sodor is one of the 4 surviving Adams radial tanks, the other 3 being Adams, Eleonora, and Crowley. We all know by the TV series that Knapford is the main station on the railway. However, in the railway series and in my AU, Knapford is only a small junction on Thomas's branch line, where he meets up with the mainline engines, and the main station on the line is Tidmouth. The LNER A3 Pacific 4474 Victor Wilde was built in 1923, just after the grouping, and immediately been bought by the Northwestern Railway. The engine soon been renamed to Golden Highlanders and became the railway's main express engine. On 24th of September 1946, while pulling the express goods, Golden Highlanders sent to the wrong line and suffered a derailment. The engine been sent to the Doncaster works. The original plan is just to repair Golden Highlanders, but in result, the engine is rebuilt to A1/1 as a second member of its class, the first being Great Northern. Crovan's Gate, or in Thomas and Friends language 87546, in my AU is a LBSCR H1 Atlantic, specifically number 38. The real engine is called Portland Bill. However, the real 38 Portland Bill is only named in 1925, and in my AU, 38 is sent to Sodor in 1920. So they named it themselves, and he became Crovan's Gate. Crovan's Gate is put aside in 1952, along with some other ex-Wellsworth and Sudbury and Sodor and Mainland engines. He eventually let out in 1955 due to the increasing workload, but he put aside again in 1961. But that's not the end for Crovan's Gate, as the Dawnsbourne Railway bought him, and he entered service in 1967, the last survivor of the H1 class. Henry's most famous crash, the Flying Kipper crash, happened much earlier in my AU, during Henry's very first run with the Flying Kipper. On the 8th of January 1926, a high-speed fish train that pulled by the railway's 8B Atlantic Henry Bessemer collided full speed with a local goods train outside of Kildane. Henry Bessemer suffered a severe damage and has to be rebuilt completely. The engine returned back to the Northwestern more than 1 year later, and no, not as a Black 5, but as a 8F 10-wheeler. Please not mistake with an LMS 8F. In 1979, Gordon Highlanders was approaching the end of his boiler tickets, so to give him an easier workload, he was sent to the Dark Railway on loan, and Dark Railway's bullied Pacific 257 Squadron is went to Sodor, covering for Gordon. And that's all for today. Leave your wishes in the comments if you want a second part, because I have to cover much more, including the pre-grouping Sodor railways, Timothy, the branch lines, and much more. Goodbye.